you start the year off 0-0. You don't start this new year 25-9 and play from last year at the end of the year. And we had some struggles last year, and our guys were able to fight through it. And then we had a very good conference season, and then we stubbed our toe in conference play. And then in reality, we really didn't advance any further than we did the year before. We won one game in the NCAA tournament, and that's what we won last year. So hopefully those factors can keep our guys hungry. But just because you get voted to be one of the top couple teams in your league doesn't mean you're going to win your league. And in the past 15 years, only 6 of the teams have been picked to win the Big Ten have actually won the Big Ten. So it's obviously not something that happens all the time. And our guys are excited about the season, excited about the opportunities, but we know we got a tough road in front of us.
Matt, can you just talk about how rewarding it is to go from 9 wins in your first season to now being nationally ranked and picked as one of the teams that you can win your league?
Well, I think it's a positive for our program and our fans. Personally, it is very difficult to recruit when you're losing. It just is. And the one thing that I talked about to our assistants when first got to Purdue is, you're trying to restore a great tradition. Purdue has always had a great tradition in basketball. So we're trying to get it back with it's consistent and fighting for a Big Ten championship every year like Coach Katie had it before. And that's all we're trying to do. And I think we've been able to be fortunate. I think the state of Indiana has had some real good players here the past 4 or 5 years. And we've been able to land some, and then we've been able to steal a guy here and there like a Keaton Grant, Niminia Challison. And you always got to recruit and keep your eyes and your ears open across the country, but we want to recruit right here in Indiana. But from the fact that we've been able to do this and now come close to winning the Big Ten championship after 2 years before that getting last was just a great accomplishment, for our players and for our staff, because they've worked very hard to do that. It's rewarding, but it's as a head coach, you just you kind of keep your nose to the pavement and just keep going and keep fighting, and nothing's ever good enough, unless you actually win it all.
There is a lot of pride in that, but the first 2 people that come to your mind, when you talk about Purdue or getting Purdue back to where it was, are Carl Landry and David Teague. Having those guys here when I was a freshman are the main reasons why, we are, taking, baby steps, getting back to where we were. Those 2 guys, were, our go-to guys, and they led us, to the NCAA tournament after, some tough seasons that they went through. Then we just tried to, keep on moving in the right direction, after those guys left. So all that credit really goes to those guys, and we're just trying to, follow, what they started.
Well, I think Xavier in the last 5 minutes of the game, they had 4th and 5th year guys, and we had 1st and 2nd year guys. And they made every physical play they had to make. And we missed a couple shots, but when it gets down to it, they were quicker to the basketball and they were stronger than we were. And they made the plays necessary to win. I thought in Australia, from a physical standpoint, it was a great learning tool, because I thought over there against grown men, our guys had some difficulties at times, especially on the glass.
Man, I learned how hard they go. Sometimes we got beat to the ball and things like that, so that teaches that we definitely can't let nobody outwork us, and how physical they play. They play physical without fouling, so it let us know that we can go and play just as hard and physical without having to commit a lot of fouls.
Yeah, I learned to just, as long as you play hard, I think as long as you just keep playing hard, that makes up for a lot of things. Like a lot of those guys I was going against probably had like 20 pounds on me, sometimes, but, I was just out hustling sometimes, and I think that just worked out for me.
And so I think it really exposed one of our weaknesses, and I think that's important to do to make an improvement, especially when the games don't count. And I think it'll definitely help us to come this winter. Yeah. Well, I think for us, we have to have the mentality that we're playing the teams that you mentioned in every single non-conference game. And I think we had a great example last year when we got beat by Wofford, and then when we were down 16-0 to Florida International here. You have to step on the court and play Duke every single time, play Davidson every single time, you know, when you're playing every single one of your non-conference games. And that's something that, you know, we have to have that mentality to step out there every game and be productive, because if we wouldn't have had such a good conference play, the Wofford game could have come back to bite us and kept us out of the NCAA tournament. So you never know how your season's going to unfold, and you know, you hope for the best. But you know, for us, you know, we're excited about playing in the preseason NIT. Some very, very good teams. It's going to be an unbelievable challenge. It'll give us a gauge of where we are. Then we turn right around and play Duke, which will give you the ultimate gauge of where you are with your team, because they play in so many tough venues in their league and out of their league and in the NCAA tournament through the years, that, you know, they're able to go into tough environments and win basketball games. I think that's been proven. And so now for them to come into Mackey Arena will give us a very good gauge of where we are at that time. And then I think our non-conference schedule overall has been the best, you know, we've had here in the past probably 5 years since we played Oklahoma here, and we played Memphis here. We had, about 5 years ago, we had a real good non-conference schedule. But I think this schedule really fits our team. And I think that's important as a coach, because sometimes it is tough to project where you're going to be. But it really fits our team, and we're looking forward to it.
Hello.